Here is a number you cannot fake, 509,031.
That's how many Steam reviews Lethal Company has, a co-op horror game built by a single developer, still in early access at $9.99. Portal 2, built by Valve with a full engineering team and sold at the exact same price, has around 461,000. The solo dev is ahead by roughly 48,000 reviews. Today we line up 4 indie games against studio budgets on the one metric you can't buy, and pull out the pattern that explains the upset.
Quick frame before the numbers, because this only works if you trust the metric. Steam review count is not the same as sales, and it's not the same as concurrent players. It's the count of people who cared enough about a game to stop and write something. You can't purchase it, you can't bought it at scale without getting flagged, and it only climbs when a human makes a choice. That makes it the closest thing Steam has to an honest popularity signal, which is exactly why it's interesting when a 4-person project beats a 100-person studio on it.
Here's the field, sorted by Steam review count. Lethal Company by Zeekers, around 509,000 reviews. Vampire Survivors by Luca Galanti's small studio Poncle, around 263,000. Stardew Valley by ConcernedApe, one person for most of its life, over 1 million reviews. And Terraria by Relogic, a small team, sitting above 1 million as well. Every one of these came from a team you could fit in a single room, and several of them out-review games from studios with hundreds of people.
Let's look at the headline upset on its own, because the same price comparison is what makes it land. Same $9.99. One side is a solo developer's first big release. The other is a Valve game with a decade of polish and a marketing engine behind it. And the indie is ahead on the review count. That gap is the whole story we're about to explain.
Start with Lethal Company, because it's the clearest case. One developer, Zeekers. Still in early access. Overwhelmingly positive at about 97% across 500,000 reviews. There is no studio here, no publisher marketing budget, no launch trailer cut by an agency. What it has is a 4-player co-op horror loop where you and your friends die in stupid, hilarious, deeply specific ways, and every one of those deaths is a story somebody tells. That's the engine.
Vampire Survivors is the second pattern, and it's almost the opposite aesthetic. It's a small studio, Poncle, founded by Luca Galanti. The game launched at $4.99, looked like a Flash game from 2008, and went on to gather around 263,000 reviews and a near-universal positive rating. The hook wasn't graphics or budget. It was one absurdly satisfying mechanic, a single button, waves of enemies, numbers exploding off the screen, that people could not stop describing to each other. Mechanical shareability, again.
Stardew Valley is the long-tail case, and it's the one that humbles the studios most.
ConcernedApe Eric Barone built it largely alone over 4 years, redrawing the same art again and again until it was right.
It has crossed 1 million Steam reviews.
1 million.
That is more reviews than most multi-100-person studio releases will ever see, from a game one person designed, coded, scored, and pixeled. The thing that drives that number isn't a co-op loop, it's that the game becomes a place people live in and recommend for years.
Terraria rounds it out and shows the pattern isn't a fluke of one genre. Relogic is a small team. The game launched back in 2011 at $9.99, and it has also crossed 1 million reviews, climbing for over a decade on free content updates. Sandbox creativity plus co-op plus a developer who kept shipping. No live service monetization treadmill, no battle pass. Just a small team that earned a review count most publishers would kill for, by giving players something worth telling a friend about.
So what's the single pattern across all 4?
Review volume tracks mechanical shareability, not team size or budget.
Lethal Company's deaths, Vampire Survivors' one-button chaos, Stardew's lived-in world, Terraria's sandbox, every one of them creates a moment a player has to share.
A studio can buy art, voice acting, and marketing. What it can't reliably buy is a design that makes someone text a friend at midnight. That's the variable these indies optimized, and it's the one that moves the number you can't fake.
How we pulled these: live Steam review counts and rating descriptions per app ID, the developer and team size from the store page and credits, and price at the time we checked. Numbers move, so treat them as a snapshot, not gospel. The full, continuously updated list with every game's current count is at the link below. If lining up indie data against AAA budgets is your kind of thing, subscribe. We do one of these every week.